Good morning, everyone. I'm Nikki Stanzione.
And I'm Kristen Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico style, and
it's Thursday, and poor Nikki.
Yes, I'm feeling a little low. Okay, I admit defeat, and I brag a lot, and I've had reason to gloat. I know I have.
Last year, that was a big year for you.
A big year. Okay, and I'm anticipating continued success.
Talking about football.
Yes, I'm anticipating it will still be a big year. It just wasn't a good night because the Dallas Cowboys faced off with the defending Super Bowl champions, my team, the New York Giants, and that was, of course, last night in the first game of the season. But one touchdown short, the Cowboys won 24-17. I know a lot of you are very happy and saying, too bad for you, wah, wah. I know, I know.
That's how it goes in the game of athletics.
Exactly.
Yeah, one team celebrating, the other team's crying.
It happens. It's okay.
Fans, same thing.
It's all right.
But, you know, it's still early in the season, Nikki.
Yes.
But you know what? With the Cowboys, they're once again America's most valuable team. According to Forbes magazine, the Cowboys have become the first American sports franchise with more than $2 billion. So they have the money.
Yes. Yeah, so I don't want to hear any more of this, oh, well, the Giants or the Yankees or all your New York teams, they're only doing well because they have so much money, blah, blah, blah. Boo-hoo to them, too, because it's about how well you play the game. I don't care how much money you're making. You have to still play a good game.
You do. I mean, the money helps a little bit.
The money helps.
But it's not the only factor.
I'm still positive. It's the first game, and no offense, but I think even the Cowboys fans will admit that Tony Romo has a tendency to get a little lackadaisical halfway through the season, even when he's doing well. So I know that Cowboys fans will at least agree to that, and also agree to the fact that Eli Manning, halfway through the season, surges in, and he's the fourth quarter comeback hit always. So you know.
Oh, you know, and that's the most important part, right? It's the way you wrap it up.
Exactly.
The second half of the season or whatever is the comeback.
Thank you for your support, Kristen.
I do. It doesn't matter how many points you score in the beginning, as long as you have more in the end.
Exactly. Well said. Well said. Okay, I don't feel quite as bad. I was all so excited yesterday in my Giants gear and everything. It's all good. You know what? I'm excited that football season is back. It's a great time of year, right? It's just a fun time, whether it's college football, pro football. Just this, it's such an all-American sport, and there's just something about this time of year that makes you have a special pride, I feel like, in being American.
You know, okay, I'm a college football girl, and apparently New Mexico is mostly like
college
pro football. No, a lot of people are more pro football than they are college. I found because I'm from the South, everything's college there.
That's true.
So I got to find a pro football team. I don't have an allegiance yet. So
I'm a little excited for Broncos. I mean, I'm not a Broncos fan personally, but I am a Manning fan, and Peyton starts this Sunday night, so that should be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
See, you can watch a girl show and listen to some sports talk in the morning too. Let's check in with
impress your husbands later.
Exactly, and let's check in with somebody who's definitely ready to impress her husband with a little sports knowledge, Miss Elizabeth Alvarez, or Mrs. I should say.
Yes, you know, I was taking notes, ladies, because I'm one of those chicks that's actually stuck in the kitchen, away from the whole football madness. I didn't even see my husband yesterday after 6 p.m. I was like, what?
He's gone.
Yeah, he was back in the room watching his... I got to get with it, though. I will improve on that because I agree with you, Nikki. I think it is an exciting time, and it's kind of you have that sense of pride of being American. Yeah. I like that. I like that perspective.
You can give us all the tips about mothering, and we'll give you the sports tips.
There you go. Awesome trade. Good morning, ladies. Good morning to you at home. We begin this morning talking about Doug Bond, the man behind the biggest Ponzi scheme ever in New Mexico. He has just a few hours left of freedom. That is because tomorrow, Vaughn is supposed to turn himself in to start serving 12 years in federal prison. A judge handed down that sentencing yesterday. Authorities say Vaughn admitted to stealing $75 million from his friends who thought they were investing in his real estate company. 12 years is the most Vaughn could have gotten with his plea deal. When he was in court yesterday, Vaughn did apologize for stealing all the money and says he's now found God. The man who Albuquerque police say was drunk when he caused a crash that ended up killing a 2-year-old boy is once again behind bars. 20-year-old Mariano Salas was charged with vehicular homicide in court yesterday for the death of little Vicente Griego. The little boy died 6 days after the crash. Salas had originally bonded out of jail. Prosecutors asked the judge to raise his bond to $100,000 cash only since the victim had died. Instead, the judge set the new bond at $250,000 cash or surety, which means Salas can bond out if he pays $25,000. Again, he is now back in jail because they did raise the bond. The defense attorney argued against it, saying that Salas is sorry for what happened, but no apology could console the victim's parents.
Regardless of how sorry you are, it's not going to bring back my son. I'm sure if I was to do the same thing to his child, I'd feel solely wrong. I'd feel so wrong because then my son would still be alive and I'd know how he'd feel, but he don't know how I feel.
The family held a private memorial for the little boy yesterday. A Lobo football player who was arrested accused of driving drunk will soon be back on the field. Cornerback Devonta Tabana was suspended last week after police say he ran a red light and almost hit an officer. The next day, Tabana told Coach Bob Davie what had happened and then was suspended. Now, Coach Davie says Tabana can play again, starting with the game on September 15th against Texas Tech. Tabana has also agreed not to drive until January. New Mexico now has a new app to help stop people from driving drunk. But some worry that it could actually encourage people to get behind the wheel when they've had a little too much to drink. Here's News 13's Amanda Goodman.
It is designed to put the power to prevent DWI in the palm of your hands, regardless of where you are.
Governor Martinez is talking about the NDWI app for Androids. She unveiled it this afternoon. The app makes it easier to call a cab or a designated driver. It even connects you with drunk busters.
It is intended to be a guide full of great information and useful educational tools that will help folks stay safe and make smart decisions.
It also lets you check your blood alcohol levels and even test your motor skills. Anti-DWI activist Linda Atkinson says she's not sure how any of this prevents DWIs.
I'd like to see people stop and think, I might get stopped if I'm out drinking and driving tonight, because they see law enforcement. That has a much clearer message than an app trying to gauge their blood alcohol level.
We wanted to know what drivers thought about the app, so we let them take it for a test drive.
That's a good way to avoid DUIs if you know what your blood alcohol level probably is around.
But the BAC guide wasn't always accurate.
So in 45 minutes, you've had 2 shots, and it says that you're at .00. Does that go against anything you've ever heard or any information?
No, that doesn't sound right.
In this scenario, Daryl says if he had really taken 2 shots, he would be feeling it.
2 shots in an hour, I think you'd still be a little tipsy. That doesn't seem like that'd be accurate.
The app makes it clear the blood alcohol guide is just that, a guide, and that even 1 drink could be 1 too many. The general consensus from those who tested the app was to not rely on the app.
If you're drinking, you gotta out be smart about it. Make sure you have your designated driver. Don't take any chances because it's not worth it.
Amanda Goodman, KRQE News 13.
Now, Linda Atkinson says her big concern with the blood alcohol guide is that people will end up using it to drink until they get to just below a .08. In some political news, President Barack Obama takes the stage tonight at the Democratic National Convention. He'll come before a huge primetime audience to try and win your vote in November. Last night, former President Bill Clinton gave a speech. He told Americans that Obama, quote, inherited a deeply damaged economy and that he has been able to, quote, begin the long, hard road to recovery, end quote. Joe Biden will also address the thousands of delegates tonight at the DNC. And that wraps it up for your Thursday morning headlines. Be sure to catch Matt, Kristen, and myself on KRQE News 13 every weekday morning beginning at 4:30 a.m. Ladies, sending it back to you.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Now, forget your troubles. Come on, get happy. You can watch your troubles go up in flames tonight at Fort Marcy Park in Santa Fe when Zozobra, or as they call him, Old Man Gloom, is burned to the ground.
Oh, yeah. The fiery ritual has been going on since 1924. And it's meant to symbolically burn away a year's worth of troubles. I need to get out there.
I know, me too.
The event also kicks off the Santa Fe Fiestas, which runs through this weekend. I love the noise. Do you hear?
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy almost.
It scares me.
Cool.
I'm a baby. I get scared of big, oversized, crazy statue-like things sometimes, and it does frighten me a little, but I like what it represents. So I try not to get too scared, but I am a little scared.
I can you imagine being a little kid? That would be frightening.
That would scare the heck out of me.
It's still really neat, though.
It is, and it's a tradition, and you know, that's what I love so much about New Mexico. There's just these random traditions that no other state has. I mean, it's really special, and organizers are actually suggesting, as far as tonight goes, that you get to Fort Marcy Park before 4:30, because after that, the roads are going to be blocked off, and then the only way into the park is going to be by walking on foot. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, it will actually cost you $20 at the gate, so just be prepared with $20.
Hey, $20 for a year's worth of troubles gone? I think it might be worth it.
I would like to do, you know, I'm thinking about it. I'd like to throw my troubles away. That'd be nice.
Too.
But there are options.
Throw them into the fire.
Just burn them up.
Get rid of them.
Yeah. It's going to be hard for some people, though, to get over there, especially that early.
All right. By the way, if you can't make it to Zozobra, you can simply write your troubles down on a piece of paper, light it on fire, and locals say that works just as well. So let's just do that today.
See, 1, 2.
So your list is just going to go right off that paper right now.
It's going to
don't have too many troubles.
It's not so bad.
Not.
Count my blessings. It's not so bad.
That's right.
Okay, and one of my blessings is I haven't run into any bears lately, but some people have. The black bear who hung out near the Guadalupe Church along the Santa Fe River on Labor Day has actually been transferred and released around Mount Taylor.
The female bear was nicknamed Guadalupe because she was found resting near Guadalupe Street. It took wildlife officers about 3 hours to tranquilize Guadalupe, and she had injured her foot, but it's all healed up now, so she's doing a little better.
Gosh, I mean, and if you know anything about Santa Fe, and you've been there as we have, you know that Guadalupe is a very popular street.
Sure is.
It's a popular shopping area and food area, and I can't believe it.
You know, it's just a drought, I think. You know, all these bears have been coming into town and going into yards. And
freaks me out a little.
Getting a little bit away from nature and into the hubbub.
I'm kind of curious what would happen if a bear saw Zozobra. I mean, that would be kind of interesting.
Run.
I would probably
run. That thing's gigantic. It's the largest marionette in the world, I'm pretty sure.
It's huge. Well, you know, Santa Fe is such a special place, and in fact, we're not the only ones who think so, because Santa Fe was ranked as a top 10 international destination for art and architecture by hotwire.com.
That's right. Santa Fe and Los Angeles actually were the only 2 North American cities on the list, which also names Paris, Florence, also Berlin and Tokyo, among others, as the best cities in the world in which to admire famous art.
In the world. I mean, this is great. Santa Fe was ranked 7th. For the full list, you can also just read that article by visiting hotwire.com, so you can get an idea of all the places. But what a nice honor
well,
that
we have
is.
the big, you know, we have the big, all of the Native American art, the big festival, the Santa Fe market.
There's folk art.
The folk art, and then you also have Georgia O'Keeffe.
Well,
I mean, you know,
can't beat
so
that.
true.
There's so much to see, and it's just it doesn't matter whether you're bringing family in as a visitor or you've lived there all your life. There's always something fun to do and something to appreciate. So I'm proud we live so close. Now this is another thing we wanted to talk about today. MSNNow.com has revealed America's 14 hottest Democrats. Now we're not sure why there's only 14. It's kind of interesting, but our own Congressman Martin Heinrich made the list, and here he is. So you can see he's
pretty good looking.
Yeah, he's hot. I mean, he's in top 14. That's a pretty big deal. And we actually reached out to Congressman Heinrich for a comment, but we have not heard back yet. So
well, I wonder what his wife has to say about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to hear from Mr. Mayor R.J. Berry what he thinks, if he's going to make any top 14 hot lists anytime soon in this nation.
Hot as mustache.
Hot as mustache. Hey, and he's a guitar player too. Yes, we love him. So, and you're going to see a lot more about him today.
Well, Republicans and Democrats can check out their party's hottest people at MSN.com. They also have the 14 hottest Republicans, which so there's some good-looking ones on there too.
Definitely, definitely. Hey, and I think success, ambition, and just good ethics. I think all of those things make somebody attractive and hot in itself. Right. Beyond anything else, is being an ambitious,
so whatever side of
confident
the party you're on, you're probably going to find your party looking hotter than the other party.
Good point. And something else that's hot is always Hollywood. Young Hollywood is actually making some news right now, as usual.
Here's Fox's Adam Housley with the Hollywood Nation.
Flash dances to Broadway, Lindsay is winning, and Scotty brings some holiday cheer to the Hollywood Nation. Season 10 Idol winner Scotty McCreery is releasing a holiday album appropriately titled Christmas with Scotty McCreery. It's due to hit stores October 16th. Ironically, after being rescued by the Coast Guard over the weekend, Russell Crowe announced he will play Noah in a biblical event movie, reteaming with his Beautiful Mind co-star, Jennifer Connelly. Christian artist Toby Mac has topped the Billboard album charts with his latest effort, Eye on It, debuting at #1. Lindsay Lohan is set to appear in the spoof franchise Scary Movie 5, She will play Charlie Sheen's girlfriend.
The music starts and you feel it.
And another movie classic is heading to Broadway. This time, Flashdance is getting a reboot. A reworked version of the London stage show is expected to open in New York next year. In Hollywood, Adam Housley, Fox News.
All right, little secret about myself. Flashdance was really what made me want to be everything.
By the time it came on, I was like, oh, Nikki's going to go crazy.
Because I got the chills as soon as I saw her do that turn, because when she just said that whole part. Now, you know the big secret of Flashdance was that the actress Jennifer Beals, who played Alex in the movie, was not actually the one who did all the dancing.
No.
Yeah, it's true. She was in the close-ups, but the dancing was actually done by the choreographer. So it's pretty interesting, huh? So next time you watch, there's a few scenes, and you'll see the hair is a little different because the actual dancer's either wearing a wig or just obviously is a different person, so her hair is a little different. You'll see. And also speaking about Hollywood and some interesting little controversy, right now Simon Cowell is very disturbed with The Voice. Did you hear about this?
I'm sure his remarks were sharp ones. He is.
Well said.
What did he say?
Well, if I'm being honest, Kristen, the thing is they had a gentleman's agreement that the X Factor and The Voice would not air on the same nights. They were going to do The Voice early in the week and then X Factor on Wednesday nights and I think also Thursdays. Right. Well, what happened was they made this agreement and now we find out that next week is the premiere of X Factor Wednesday night and The Voice is doing a special episode of The Voice, competing and breaking their gentleman's agreement.
Oh, no.
Yes, and Simon says, touch your head. Yeah. Simon says that he thinks that this is because they are afraid of Britney Spears and what power she will have to the public and taking away the viewers from The Voice.
Maybe. I mean, I think the X Factor is going to be, I don't know.
I'm excited.
I know. I like both shows, though. Or, well, I don't know. I can't say about X Factor.
I do like both shows. That's why I like that they're on different nights.
Yes. That's going to be hard. Well, that's what TiVo's for, or DVR. Or
my loyalty will still be to Fox.
Go back and watch it.
Well, okay. Well, this weekend, a lot of people will probably want to be inside it, maybe because there's going to be some rain, maybe finally.
Yeah, we'll be looking at some rain over the weekend, maybe even tomorrow night. But the most important thing is Zozobra. You're not going to have to worry about any issues there.
Good point.
No rain to put the fire flames out to make sure your worries get burned away.